spectators, gladiators, and warriors, and as many of you know, the environment has quite a bit to do with how your body performs. It has been very hot. Let's see what we're weighing in at. Looks like we are at 211 pounds, minus 5 pounds for the camera. Welcome to another episode of Resurrecting Hercules.
All right, now I'm going to show you guys two exercises that I'm super excited that I'm even able to do, simply because I've had this shoulder impingement for so long that I've kept a lot of overhead movements out, especially when I'm doing back days. So I've slowly started to try and test the waters with different overhead movements to see if they hurt. Some do, some don't. But this one specifically, I was really happy to do because it's 2.5 plates. There's a quarter behind those 2 plates. And I'm not feeling any pain. I'm even actually pushing myself into a struggling area where you actually see me kind of like struggling to get the last rep there. No problem. This other exercise, this one is one that I used to use a lot, but I also took out just simply because of the shoulder thing. But I have been using an exercise that's similar to this one. So it's just a kneeling dual pulley pull down, where I'm trying to allow my shoulder blades to protract throughout the movement and then retract them at the bottom. And so far this is feeling pretty good. I'm really excited about this. I'm going to be very careful about moving the weights up and doing, you know, different ones that are a little bit more dangerous in terms of exercises, but I'm feeling really good that I'm able to do this at all. I want to show you guys some of the meals that I've been eating this week, just trying to vary it up a little bit, but keep it mostly whole food. So one of the first things I want to show you is this stew. So we made it out of some red miso paste, which is really tasty. Put big old whole mushrooms in there, big old pieces of tofu in there, some ramen noodles, and then a big batch of broccoli. Heated it up a little bit with some sriracha and then just let it cook down for about 10 minutes. This was pretty damn good, just needed a little bit more salt. This one you can't really see too well because of the nutritional yeast on top, but it's just rice, beans, chickpeas, bell peppers, spinach, a little bit of guacamole on top, a little bit of refried beans, and brown rice, and nutritional yeast on top. That's this meal. This is a go-to meal that I always have. It usually also includes potatoes. This time I didn't have potatoes cooking, but it's just a block of tofu cut into these little squares. You let them cook for about an hour, a little bit more if you want them crunchy. Right here is about 75-80 minutes because they're really crunchy. Cover them with a little bit of some sauce. This is orange sauce, and then a big batch of green beans on the side. Making a huge effort to eat more whole foods. I'm limiting myself to eating out 2 times a week instead of being able to get Chipotle every single day. And in this effort, I'm trying to eat more at the house, save money, and get more whole foods in me for the better workouts. And then probably most notably, I've been trying to eat a lot more potatoes. So in this meal right here, I have 2 or 3 full potatoes. I've got broccoli, green beans, chickpeas, beans, and I'm going to throw all these ingredients into a bowl. And then on top of that, I'm going to put on some tofu that I cooked in a little bit of orange sauce again. And it was delicious with some sesame seeds all over it. New gym, new aerobics room. So right now we're able to do some measurements without anybody bothering us. Super stoked about this. Finished a workout like 20-30 minutes ago. It was like an hour-and-a-half workout, so I might be depleted, I might be making excuses, but we're gonna compare now like the measurements from before I started this bulk to where I am now, which I'm pretty excited about seeing the difference. All right, so the biceps look like they're just at 17.5, maybe like 1 tick quite under, but 17.5, not bad for this part of the bulk, about a year into it. It's kind of hard for us to record this right now because Sammy's recording and also measuring me. So this is a pretty rough, good measurement on it. What do we got? About
52. 52? Looks like 52 right here. Yep.
Yeah, if I breathe more or if I like extend, I can make it bigger. But when I'm relaxing, it's 52.
Yeah.
So we'll just kind of have 52. That's probably smart.
Okay.
I don't want to cheat. This is so hard to film both.
So hard.
Okay, so bust, titties. I'm right on the nipple. You can see I'm obviously a little compressed in here. Can you see? I can't read it. Can you see?
46.
So 46.
And a couple ticks.
And if I stand up straight, breathe in, we're gonna be at 46.5. Mm-hmm. So I guess we could call it that.
Yeah, I would say 46.5.
And guys, there's so many tricks with this stuff, which is like why I have a hard time measuring myself, is because I could kind of puff up and stuff, and I could gain like an inch. But for me, it's really hard because I want to show you guys the actual measurement differences, like what we've actually been able to do. And so there's like this part where it's like ego, and then there's this part where you have to be like very real. And just keep that in mind when people are measuring themselves. If you just kind of skew the tape a little bit, you can gain 1.5 inches on your biceps. And then you can tell everyone that you have 19-inch E biceps, but you don't. So anyways, my point is that I'm just trying to be very transparent. I'm trying not to do any like ego boosting or anything like that to make these measurements better. All right, so here's what the waist is looking like. Can you read that? I can't read it.
It's 26.
Okay, so we're at 26 right now. Yeah, so the waist is at 26. I honestly don't remember any of the numbers, so it's all gonna be on screen, but. Now I had to have made a mistake because this is the footage from the original measurements, and it's saying that I'm 32.5 here and I'm 26 on the current current measurement. So if anybody has any answer for this one, please let me know. Did we do hips?
I don't remember.
Did we do butt? I'm trying to be the booty Instagram queen. So it looks like we are at, it looks like 40 and a half.
Yeah, 40 and a half.
40 and a half of the butt. I can make it big. Now people are gonna poop on me so hard because I'm wearing pants, but I can't take my pants off right now in this gym.
Sorry,
We're brand new, and I don't think that that's the way we should leave it. First impression.
Yeah, for real.
They're like, all right, these two. We know what we're gonna refund your.
These jackasses. 26.
Yeah, it's just under 26 pounds. So the calves look like they are at 16 and a half. I feel like I'm on Omar Esof's team. I'm gonna pick the calves up. I've been putting a lot of effort into bringing these delts up, the chest up, and the triceps up. Those are the three things that I've been like, I have to get these things up. The legs I've always tried to bring up, but calves have always been like kind of a hard thing for me because I'm a tall ass dude, I'm 6'1". And just for me, like my genetics have never lended to having sweet calves. I've tried so hard throughout the 10 years of me lifting, and at best I think I've gotten them to like 18 inches, and that was when I was like full bulked up, water everywhere. But yeah, obviously calves are going on my to-do list to bring up. So we're at this new gym, basically because it's really close to the house, and I wanted to get a gym pass so me and Sammy could work out together, and also just to change it up, like with equipment, with lighting, with being able to film each other, being able to like show more of the progress personally, interpersonally between us. And it is dope here. It is so sick. Not only are the lights really tight, which, let's be honest, we're YouTubers, we're Instagrammers, that's like half of the damn content. But like there's probably 2 times as many machines for every single thing that I would want to hit as the other gym I go to. And I'll still be going to both, but this is gonna be really fun because me and Sammy can kind of do like a bunch of different stuff here than I would do there, as well as me and Sammy doing like couple workouts and like motivating each other and stuff. It's already been pretty fun. We've only gone like 3 times to this gym and it's freaking dope. What do you got on there? You got some new shoes? You proud of those?
I am. I've been waiting for these for so long. They're pretty comfortable, man.
They're nice, right?
Yeah, look at my little baby feet.
So I asked Ani if they could send Sammy some shoes, and they definitely did.
Yeah.
And it looks super sick.
So nice.
Why'd you choose the black tops instead of the high tops instead of low tops?
I wear black the most, and I love high top shoes. I have like Converse and all that shit, so I think it's just more my style.
They look pretty badass. Combined with the brand new giraffe pants. Oh yeah. Super sick. As you guys can tell, we're really enjoying the new gym. It's a really cool change of pace, you know, just like all the weights and stuff are different, the whole place is different. It seems really clean. There's high ceilings, the air conditioning is pretty nice. Yeah, so far we're really enjoying it. Now I want to show you a couple of things that I'm doing for my shoulders. Now this is one thing that I've been told to do by my PT, and I've been working up slowly. I'm being very careful not to let my ego come in and, you know, jump to 50 pounds because I used to do 100-pound shoulder presses. I got to be very smart about this. So what I'm doing right here, you can see I'm trying to really push up at the top and use my shoulder blade to kind of, it's hard to explain, but kind of push up, and that is what's keeping the impingement out. So basically what I'm trying to do with this is strengthen my shoulders up so that they fall into proper position, but also relearn and reteach myself the proper way to allow my shoulder blades to move in any overhead or pushing movement, which I know sounds really weird and really complicated, and it kind of is. It took a while for me to get used to it. One thing that you can have your friend do is while you're pushing, you can have him put his thumb on the bottom part of your shoulder blade and then help you push it out as you're pushing over your head. That is a huge tip that has helped me a lot. Now what you're watching is a little bit of some kettlebell lateral raises. Now this is a movement that felt good in the moment, but I will say that I have had a little bit of some pinching lately, and I think that this had to do something with it, so I'm going to be a little bit careful about adding lateral raises into my workouts. So that, my friends, brings us to the end of this week. And how are we doing this week? It's a little bit of a toss-up. I'm doing good in terms of I've been able to put weight on. I've been feeling strong. I've been able to lift more weight in my exercises and stuff. My shoulders are starting to come back a little bit. I can feel the thickness. Obviously, you guys saw the measurements. We're getting bigger. Everything is looking good on those fronts. But what I will say is that I have pushed my shoulder just a slight bit too much this week, and I can tell because I have. It's this feeling in my shoulder where I'm not really doing anything in a normal day-to-day, not at the gym, just normal day-to-day stuff, and I can feel kind of a little bit of a pinch, kind of a pain there. And basically what that tells me is this used to happen to me when I would go too hard doing something overhead or something silly, some sort of interesting move, that would happen for the next couple days. So basically what that means to me is that I need to calm down a little bit, and take a few steps back in terms of the things that I'm doing with my shoulders, because this week I was testing out a bunch of new things. Like I was trying to do some rear delt flies with a cable above my head like this, and a few other things that I probably shouldn't have done. But again, I'm just testing the water, seeing what I can get away with and what I can't, and the things I can't get away with, I'm obviously just gonna leave over there and continue my hang therapy, keep hanging it out, try to get rid of this impingement, and it's doing good other than those new things that I've been experimenting with. In terms of how my calories are doing, I've been pretty on point, but in the last 3, 4, 5 days, the temperature for some reason has risen about 12 degrees. So I'm pretty good with heat, but when I jump into heat, it makes it really hard. Like when I went to Florida a couple weeks ago, I went, you know, 15 degrees up, and I was just dying. I couldn't eat anything. And the same thing is kind of happening now. It's not necessarily that I can't eat anything, it's just that eating a lot of food, especially hot food, it gets me kind of nauseous, and I really have to kind of be strategic about how I put food down, and I have to be smarter about my timing is really the thing. I can't wait to eat all my calories at the end of the day because it's hot as hell outside. My body's not going to want to just ingest all this food at once. So I have to be smarter by eating more of my calories throughout the day so that I don't have such a big load at night. Those things being said, we have made huge progress. In 8 months, we've been able to put inches on pretty much every body part, which is super, super awesome. I'm stoked that you guys told me to measure myself because I never do. It's never been a big thing for me, but I see why it's so important, you know? And it'll be cool because in another 8 months, or however many months we want to do it, we can check again and again and again. We can see exactly how many inches we've been able to put on during this Resurrecting Hercules series, and I think that's pretty dope. Body's getting bigger, got ourselves a new gym. I'm really excited to see what we can do in the next couple of weeks, but for now, I guess we'll just wait and see what we can do in the next episode of Resurrecting Hercules.